This happened to a co-worker of mine, Julia. She told me the story last winter, and honestly, it stuck with me ever since. Julia lives in a mid-sized city, in one of those older apartment buildings where the walls are thin and the heating barely works. She's a nurse, which means she works strange hours, nights, weekends, rotating shifts. It was during one of her longer stretches of night shifts that this happened. She'd come home around 4 a.m. one morning, completely drained after a brutal double shift. All she wanted to do was shower, eat something quick, and collapse in a bed. Her apartment was dark when she walked in. Nothing unusual. She dropped her bag, kicked off her shoes, and headed to the kitchen. That's when she noticed something a little strange. The fridge door was open, just slightly, barely even an inch, but she was sure she hadn't left it that way. She stood there for a second, blinking at it. Maybe it hadn't closed all the way when she last got something out? Still, she pushed it shut and brushed it off. She was too tired to think clearly. The next day, same routine. Another long shift. She got home before sunrise, and this time when she entered, the bathroom light was on. Again, she paused. She hadn't left it on. She was almost certain of it. Still, she chalked it up to exhaustion. Maybe she was forgetting things. Maybe she needed more sleep. But then the third night came. Julia came home, dropped her stuff by the door, and froze. The closet near her entrance was open. Not wide, just enough that she could see the coats inside, swaying slightly. Her stomach dropped. She hadn't opened that closet in days. Her first thought was, someone's in here. She backed up, slowly and quietly, and grabbed her phone. Standing in the hallway outside her apartment, she called the police. To their credit, they showed up fast. 2 officers came in with her and did a full sweep of the place. Nothing. No signs of forced entry. No one hiding anywhere. Julia was shaken, but they assured her she was probably just on edge from overwork. One of them even joked, maybe you've got a ghost. But she wasn't laughing. She decided to install a small camera in her living room, just to give herself peace of mind. It connected to an app on her phone, and she could check the feed from work whenever she wanted. A few nights later, while on break, she opened the app to check in on her apartment. The feed loaded. At first, everything looked normal. Her couch, her TV, the bookshelf. But then she noticed something. The closet door, the same one by the entrance, was open again. And as she watched, paralyzed, a man stepped out. Not a ghost. Not a shadow. A man. He looked dirty, thin, wild-eyed. He walked straight into her kitchen, opened the fridge, grabbed something, and ate it right there with his hands. Then, he walked back to the closet and disappeared inside. Julia called the police again. This time they found him. He'd been living in the crawl space above her ceiling and coming down when she was at work. He'd even made a small nest of food wrappers, clothes, and blankets up there. They think he got in weeks ago through a maintenance hatch on the roof. Julia moved out the next day, and she's never lived alone again.